Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to another episode of Project Playback. This week I'm resharing the tutorial for the floating pop-up card. Look how fun this is. We have little pieces of window sheets for these elements. I'm using the Hello Ladybug here, but in the video you're going to see the Above the Clouds bundle. That's from 2018 and I originally made this card back in 2013. I love bringing back all these fun old projects. I hope that you enjoyed this week's Project Playback and that you'll give it a try at home. Make sure to share your samples in Julie's Stamping Spot Share and Connect group. If you're enjoying Project Playback, give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on more card making videos. Thanks for watching. Hi there, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make the floating pop-up card. This is one of 3 cards in my Above the Clouds card kit. I featured this for my February Stamp of the Month Club, but I still do have several kits ready to go. So if you're interested in participating in the Stamp of the Month Club and getting this card kit, you can get it from the archive. Everything comes pre-cut and ready to go, including die cutting, embossing, punching. Whatever I can do is done for you. You also get printed instructions with measurements so you can make them again at home. You can get the Above the Clouds stamp set in my online store at juliedavison.com/shop. You can get the stamp set by itself, or you can get it bundled with the hot air balloon punch. So I featured both products in all of these cards. Let me show you the first 2. We have this gatefold card. This is featuring a pattern from the Bird Ballad designer paper. That's also where the stripe paper on this card came from. And then this card was copied right from the catalog. I just copied the layout and the idea of stamping the words all around the circle. So I changed up the colors and adjusted a little bit to fit my card kit, but that's where that idea came from. And the floating pop-up card is one that I did a couple years ago. So I brought it back to use with these hot air balloons. And it looks like they're floating. And what a fun surprise for someone who opens up this card and finds those. So today I'm going to show you how to make this and share some of the measurements and the tips in order to make your floating pop-up. So let's get this out of the way and get started. I've actually done quite a bit of the prep work ahead of time, including stamping the hot air balloons. I have 2 of each to go in the center. I have a die cut stitched square, a piece of designer paper that is 1.5 inches by 5.5 inches. I have some hot air balloons for the front that are ready to go. I use So Saffron, Old Olive, and Terracotta Tile, which are colors that I pulled from the Bird Ballad designer paper. And then this little heart I got from the Dog Builder Punch. I wanted to add just a little design element to that hot air balloon, so I pulled it from the Dog Punch. And then you're going to use 3 pieces of window sheets. This comes 12 by 12, and I've cut it down to 1/2 inch by, these are varying sizes. This one is 1.5 inches, and these are more like 2.5 inches. You're going to cut it down, so either size will work. And then 1/2 inch by 5.5 inch for the card front. And these 2 pieces are the base of the card. These are 4.25 by 5.5, scored at 3/8 of an inch. And we're going to use some tear and tape on both of those skinny little flaps. Now, whenever you have a card that has moving parts or just extra layers, you want to make sure that you're using a heavy-duty adhesive like tear and tape. And I like this one because it's really easy to use. You can measure it very easily and then just tear it right off the roll. And then we're going to, let's get our adhesive out. Let's layer our hot air balloon. We want to do the rest of our stamping before we assemble the card. So on the card front, we're going to glue down the designer paper right at the top. This is on the groove side of the fold. Then add our little skinny strip. And then this is going to also be, when we open it, it's going to be the inside top. So we're going to do some stamping on this side as well. We're going to use the clouds and the seagulls. So we're using the Pool Party ink for the clouds. So this is Stampin' Color on the Color. And I'm going to go kind of right down the page. That did not stamp all the way. Let's try again. And then we're going to add some of the seagulls using the soft suede ink. In my original card, I used the crumb cake, and when I was preparing these pieces, I pulled out soft suede, so it's a little bit darker, and you can use either one. All right, we're also going to stamp our sentiment in soft suede ink as well. This is going to go on with Stampin' Dimensionals. And our front verse says, "We rise by lifting others." Love that. Okay, this is going to be the inside piece. Both of these we're going to fold down. And so in the middle, they're going to connect like this. Before we do that, let's stamp our inside piece. This is going to go right here, and this piece is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. So we're going to stamp the small hot air balloons on one side, and then the inside greeting says, "You're off to great places." So this is going to go inside. And now it's time to make our little floaters. So I've done 2 of each color, and I'm going to use the glue dots to adhere them to the tip of the window sheet. So I've got one on one side. Just going to add some regular snail adhesive to the large part of the balloon, and then use a glue dot for the bottom. So now I've got, this is on a piece of window sheet. We're going to do the same thing for the other colors. Lining right up over this. You can do any shape in this floating pop-up card. I like the hot air balloon because it's a nice symmetrical shape and it works really well. But you could do this with flowers or umbrellas, hearts, bumblebees, or other insects. Okay, we're going to line up the balloons how we want them to appear. So I've got the sticky side is up here, and I'm kind of going to make them different heights. You just want to make sure that they're not sticking out of the edges of your card. Then you can just take your scissors and trim the pieces that are hanging over. And we're going to take the tear and tape off the other side, lay them both flat on the table, and bring the edges together so that they meet up and sandwich together. If you want, you could add a decorative edge, either like a cloud base or just a decorative strip, or you can leave it as is. It will take a little while for it to lay flat. You can put it under something heavy. It does fit into a regular envelope, so if you just put it in an envelope, it will stay. And then when you open it up, it stands up like this, and the hot air balloons are floating. That is how you make the floating pop-up. Again, if you're interested in getting my Above the Clouds card kit, just contact me or use the link below for more information about my Stamp of the Month Club. Thanks so much for watching. Happy stamping! Okay, that's it for today. I'm so glad that you were able to join me for this project Playback. If you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up, like, comment, and share. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time with another Project Playback.